Welcome back to Lil Bayou Homestead. Today we're going to make a one-pot meal, and it's not going to be that hard. Not at all, y'all. We've got 4 pounds of chicken thighs here, and these are non-GMOs, and that's their name. I get no advertisement pay by them. It's just the type that I picked up. I'm going to boil these in with 1 cup of red and white onions. That's just what I happen to have put in my freezer this past summer. And the broccoli spears, which actually will be the last thing that I put into this meal. 2 cans of cream of chicken. You can get any brand you want. I just particularly picked this brand up. And 2 cups of rice. This is Zatarain's rice. So I'm going to get this chicken cleaned up, washed up, get it seasoned, and put in my pot to boil. And I'll be back with y'all. Okay, this is what I'm going to be seasoning my pot of chicken with. It's just black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and put my cup of onions in there so they can cook down with my chicken. I'm going to use my salt as I like to salt my food. Everybody is different, so I don't tell anybody, you know, hey, you taste your food. If it's salty enough, you're in good shape. I always put Tony chachere into my food. I just prefer their seasonings. I just absolutely love them. So that being said, I'm going to flavor my food with my seasons. As you can see, my onions are in there. We're going to let this boil for about 45 minutes. Then we're going to take it out, put it back on our plate. We're going to take the skin off. We're going to take the meat off the bones. These are thighs. And we'll be back then. Okay, I've got my chicken boiled up with my onions. And I particularly don't like the skin on the chicken, so I just peel that top layer off and set it aside. I usually feed that to my dog. And I will peel all of the meat off as such and separate the bone from all the meat. Of course, you get the ideal. Okay, this pot though, you want this pot filled with water, okay? Because boiling your chicken, it's going to level down. So this is 4 cups. This is a regular Dutch oven. And I will take my 2 cans of cream of chicken. Get them in my pot as such. You don't want to take any of your onions out or any of that good stuff, okay? After you take your chicken out. Get you a whisk. Turn your heat up just a little, about medium high, and stir. You want to get incorporated your cream of chicken soup. And once you get this soup incorporated with your onions and your chicken broth, this is when you're going to add your rice, okay? And when you add your rice, go ahead, and the chicken that you're going to pick off, you could do this with white meat, dark meat, it doesn't matter, whichever you prefer. It's really simple. Then you will add your rice. I'm going to go ahead and do my rice, which you guys can see that is a 2-cup measuring. That's what I put in mine because that's going to cook up. So after I get my meat picked off my bones, I will stir this like 1 time. I don't stir it much, just enough to get that soup incorporated with the rice and my broth. And I will add my chicken in it, and I will let it come to a semi-boil, and then I will put my lid on my pot there and let it simmer, because you don't want to make your rice a mush, okay? That's just like boiling rice. You let it come to a boil. You have your rice in it, take it off of that fire, put your lid on it, and you'll have flaky rice within 20 minutes. So this being said, the last thing that we're going to put in here is broccoli florets. And that takes no time at all for the broccoli to cook into this broth with the rice and your meat. So I'll be back when I have this ready. Okay, when your full boil comes on, okay, this is what you're going to have when you pick your chicken off your bones. These were thighs. And that's your onions, your broth. You can actually put garlic in there, any kind of seasonings that you want. That's your discretion. What I do, I did take some of my broth out because my pot is just not big enough. So, if I need to add more broth here at the end, I will do so. So I'm going to turn my fire on low or simmer low, however your range reads. And then I'll have, this is Eat Smart broccoli florets that I use. This here is 3 cups. I will probably use 2.5. Of course, you know that broccoli does cook down, so use that in consideration with your time cooked and the amount of food that you have in your pots with the rest of your ingredients. So we'll be back as soon as we get this cooked down to our rice, and we'll add our florets. Okay guys, I added my broccoli. I'm just going to show you guys because it's been on a slow cook. Look at that. Is that not just great looking? I'm telling you guys, this is just like spaghetti. It's better the next day also. So pack your lunch for work or whatever. I mean, this is better to me the next day. I think because all the flavors just sort of soak in over that night in the fridge, you know. Yeah. So this is really, really easy. And this is what my grandchildren and my husband love. They love this dish. And it's really inexpensive to buy and inexpensive to make. So I hope you've enjoyed this one recipe. I would appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really does a lot for my family. And y'all check back for updated videos that I upload. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next video.